So another way that I've used Google Sites to organize learning in my classroom, during distance learning, I had to come up with a curriculum for my class. And so one of the ways that I did that was through Google Sites. And so I would just create a site with varying links, inserting videos for them. But I tried really hard to kind of make sure I was scaffolding, make sure not scaffolding, chunking the assignments. So there's two videos for them to watch here, and there's one question they need to answer during part one. Part two only had one video. And then part three, Flipgrid, what are your biggest takeaways about Gen Z compared to other generations from the videos this week? Because in the previous week, they had done just like an introduction. And so they actually got to pick. And so, in fact, if I go over here in the week of May 4th, it tells them, okay, part one, they got to pick a video. Pick one video to watch and respond. Again, pick the second video, pick a video, watch and respond. And then at the very bottom of the handout over here, it tells them, what are your biggest takeaways? In the same way, the final week of May 18th, part one, we had done Hong Kong all year, and so we had our final question about Hong Kong, Gen Z in the job market, and then at the end, just leave a note for me because I miss you guys. And so what I found was by kind of making sure these aligned so easily, my kids could very easily understand what was expected of them. It's just another way to use sites to store learning. I've even done it to where I've presented pretty much from a Google site, so I don't have to keep like changing slides. So an example of this was we had a discussion in my class about should we boycott Mulan? And it was basically our class had been covering the Hong Kong protests really adamantly and kind of came to this existential question: should we boycott Mulan? And so we kind of looked at, not only did I kind of look up articles for the kids, finding different images to kind of show them that we're also talking about the Beijing Olympics as well. Um, Here, there's a really cool kind of interactive article on CNN called Generation Criminalized. And it's essentially kind of like showed what happened in Hong Kong over the course of the last year. And my kids have been following it for pretty much the entire year. So the only things that were really new to us was here at the end, it shows you how in 2015, pro-Beijing definitely dominates, but then by the end of 2019, how much it had radically changed, and what the deadline for democracy is and stuff like that. And so that was really cool. And then at the very bottom, kind of a video outlining this. One thing I've done before is just I give it to the kids and I tell them, hey guys, I've given you the site, take about 5 to 10 minutes to explore. It's a great way to curate the research so you don't have your kids going everywhere, but it just gives them a little bit of time to kind of explore visually.